some point, I will kill you.
You at the ceremony, then. I can't wait to kill you, that is.
Is it 'cause you're a descendant of Santa Claus?
Black Santa, crazy kids and adults that are 300 years old looking like they are 20. And the worst of all, Santa is a PDF file. Alright, my beautiful subs, today I have a special Christmas gift for you guys, the PDF counter. Yes, watch and let me show my case. So we already start off insane. A girl named Fuyamura was already trying to kill our main character, Sanda. I'm just trying to figure out what did he do to make her that mad. And look how tall she is, man. Is that the kid of Wimby? Like, is this Choso and Toph in the flesh? Look at how small Sanda is. So before she ends Sanda, another girl comes in and saves his skin. And she looks at him and says,
"Hey, Pookie, before the sun goes down,
I'm going to take your life."
"Oh, heck no, yo. What is going on? We need to lock her up." And this man Sanda is delusional. He thinks she's doing all of this because she likes him. I mean, what can I expect from a 14-year-old kid? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the year 2080, a time period where kids rule the world. Kids Next Door did it first. But in this timeline, Santa is an urban legend. Because in Japan, a lot of things are now taboo, such as kids are above parents and that growing old is actually somewhat like a crime in this era. And I'm getting flashbacks of the group chat on Discord. Unk this, unk that. You might as well retire from YouTube and dig your grave. Like, why is my generation that thinks the 20s is old at all? Nobody even thought that 30 was old. Now the next generation is about to be just like Sanda. Because literally in this era, the prime age is 15 years old. And then after that, you are considered washed. So another guy is trying to talk tense to Sanda.
Yo, Sanda, there are two types of chicks. Crazy ones and ones that are good at hiding that they are crazy. If she's trying to stab you, that chick is crazy.
So apparently a girl named Ono, Fuyamura's best friend, ended up disappearing from the school. So I'm thinking maybe Sanda is tied into this some way somehow. And look at Fuyamura waiting and lurking. Oh no, she's not playing. And keep in mind, all these kids in the school are 12 to 15 years old. So I don't know what's going on with this school, but something already is not right. So as they are jogging, it starts snowing and Sanda starts tweaking out. He's just like me when I see snow. Like, I don't understand how people can like this and not be able to see the road. But let me not even get started on this. We are team summer over here and fall. Actual good seasons not carried by a week of Christmas. Speaking of Christmas, in this era, it doesn't even exist anymore. Yeah, they've got anything dealing with Santa Claus out of here. So Sanda decides to be alone with Fuyamura once again. At this point, just end him because he's just asking for it. So then Fuyamura drops a huge bomb on us. She's like, "Are you being so nice to me because you are a descendant of Santa Claus?" Then she starts saying that his latent abilities seem to be trying to come out because of the snow. And not only that, but she bets if he wears something red, he will unlock those abilities. But keep these uniforms and red stuff in mind because literally this entire school is built for one sole purpose. So Sanda starts saying he doesn't know what she is talking about and is just spreading nonsense. And then she stabs Sanda. So this is when we see Ono teaching her about Christmas Day and how people used to give each other gifts and say Merry Christmas. So Sanda is just leaking out on the floor and she starts freaking out, but right on cue the entire class explodes. And this man Sanda transforms into this chiseled 7-foot tall old man with a diaper on. This is not Santa Claus. Santa is supposed to be big and have jelly rolls, not some man that looks like he's already ready to go toe to toe with Broly. So one of the conditions of breaking the Santa curse is to have him wearing red. And yes, that includes his own blood, just like we saw. So she asks him to please help her find Ono. So him being Santa Claus, when a kid asks for a wish, he literally dang near has to abide by it if they believe it with all their heart. Now the way Santa could transform into Sanda is by eating these bratty beans. It basically calms him down. Now don't get it confused, I'm pretty sure Sanda is still a 14-year-old kid originally, but just has the powers inside of him, basically an alter ego. So the next day Sanda says he will help out with helping find Ono, but Sanda doesn't have a radar detector to go and do it. So she looks at him and says,
"Oh, don't worry about that, Pookie. I planted a bomb inside the school." Find that. And let's see how good your powers are.
So he starts freaking out and tells the class there's a bomb in the room, and they just start laughing at him. So he makes up another excuse, and this time the teacher lets it slide, and bro is crawling around on the ground. So he decides to transform, and look how he's holding her. Oh no, it's time to add to that counter. Oh, but that's not the only thing. Yes, we are adding double to the counter, because why does he not have any pants on in front of all of them? So he starts yelling it's a bomb, and he's a robber, and if they don't all leave the closet right now, he will blow the place up. And he figured out that she is the bomb. Bruh, do I have to add a a delusional counter to this or something? What is wrong with this girl? So as they are talking back and forth, the bomb timer runs out and explodes an entire classroom. But luckily, another one of Santa's ability is that he is immune to fire. But they weren't being careful, and one of the bystanders saw what was going down. Now, as Sanda is struggling to deal with his 42-year-old Sanda side and his 40-year-old Santa Claus side, one of his homies, Amaya, comes into the room to speak with him and cheer him up. But of course, nothing in this anime goes smoothly. He ends up tasing him because he was the one who saw that he turned into Santa Claus earlier. Yo, why are we treating Santa Claus like this? If I saw Santa, I need a PS6, I need a new mansion, and I need the latest new PC, RAM included, because they been getting crazy on it. Like, why are y'all abusing Santa? So he and Fuyumura are both tied up in the classroom that got blown up in the first scene. So Amaya just started spewing nonsense and saying he is only doing this because he's on a power trip and feels like doing it. But then he starts explaining the Youth Protection Act and that this is the law that Japan passed in this anime, and I'm just saying this because AI flagging is getting out of hand. But this law says that any minor can commit murder and not be charged for it as long as they only do it to an adult. So Amaya says he only wants to see them kiss. Aw, nah, I'm adding to the PDF counter this freaky deaky anime. But of course Santa was not all about that life, even though originally he is a 14-year-old. So this pisses him off, and Santa uses another ability and sleigh runners come out of this man's feet. Yo, how are these coming out of his feet? So he sends a warning shot at him, but he's Santa. He's not about to hurt a kid. Then a 900-year-old monkey paw looking hand comes to the frame, and it's followed by a super young face. Yo, as soon as I saw this man, I knew something was off. So this is Oshibu, the headmaster of the school.
Now, little apple. Why are we in a room that is off limits because of a gas explosion?
And then he starts touching him with those ugly, dusty hands of his. So Santa and her are hiding behind the desk as they are talking. The headmaster says that he has had plastic surgery and has collagen injected into his face to look young. He is about 90 years old, and he has an extreme hatred towards adults and an obsession with kids. Yeah, let's add to that PDF total. So then he asks Amaya if he's having emotional trauma of some sort, and then he starts freaking out because this means he might get disciplinary actions for doing a very, very bad thing in their school. See, they expect them to be a kid, but they cannot have anything else that comes along with that. And the headmaster was just not having that.
No. I can see the bird on your face, little apple.
And this man is so dang old, he has so much plastic work like Kim Kardashian that he literally has to use his cane in order to show that he is frowning. So he says that he would take him to the semi-basement. Now keep the semi-basement in mind, because guys, the kids that are in this classroom are beyond crazy, and I can't wait till we get to it. So Santa comes busting through the wall and hit that man with a kick, and this man once again has so much plastic surgery and is so old that his body doesn't even bleed anymore. Santa curves his initials into the floor, breaks the floor, and the headmaster almost falls through it. So Santa's like, name 5 JSO based videos, go. He takes the kids and they run away.
I was going to tell him gangsta was tough.
So she's about to throw him over the building. He finally confesses that he does need Santa Claus help. He wants him to make his errands again around Christmas time because his family runs an old school cake shop and it has been going belly up. And the country is not getting any better. And they also have a birth deficit. And that's why the youth is so important and why looking young is so important. If Santa starts making his runs around again, his family would start having good business again and start making money. So the three of them promised to protect each other and look after each other, and then the headmaster made a call.
Hello. Yes. The big S is back. He even left a signature for me. Get the group back together and tell them it's time to catch.
So this leads us to the next man, a person that has been tracking Santa Claus for a very long time. And I just want to say this right now, anytime you see adults, just know they are probably 30 to 40 years old than what they look like. Everybody has plastic surgery in Japan. So Sanda apparently pulled something out of this girl's hair, and she's like, oh, thank you, Sanda, you're so sweet. And this item falls over. But not just that, a teddy bear fell over, milk fell over, and even loose chains was falling over. So he goes to them and tells them that something's wrong, and he thinks it has something to do with Santa's power. Day by day, Santa's power are growing inside of Sanda. The more kids that believe in Santa Claus, the more powerful he gets. I'm trying to figure out where I have heard this before besides a Percy Jackson book. I forgot which god that was that perished away because people stopped believing in it. Yeah, I know ball. But it was something else that I could put my mind on. If y'all know in the comment sections, go ahead and let me know. So Amaya figures out what ability it is, and he starts lying about his height, and then another thing falls over. So this means that Santa knows when somebody is lying, because in theory, when he was doing his runs way back then, it was just a little bit different. When a kid was on his naughty list, something would fall over and the kid would wake wake up, which would make Santa have to leave the building. And this is how he skipped the naughty list kids. So this freaks out Sanda because the girl from earlier was actually lying to him. So then they run into the headmaster.
Oh, hi, my little apples. I've been searching the school for you guys.
And then he puts out those nasty monkey paw hands again. So Fuyumura thinks quick on her feet. She turns to Sanda and says,
Hey, Pookie, I like the way you dress. I don't think you are the size of Toffs, and Bila is the best looking in the niche.
So obviously that was just a huge lie, and all the gloves above start breaking. So then they start dipping away. But I mean, they're all in the same school, so it's only so far they could go. This man gives me the heebie-jeebies. So they go out to put Sanda's powers to the test and ask anybody if they knew about Ono. And then somebody was like, Ono is dead, and the books start falling. So Fuyumura starts asking who said that. Obviously nobody confesses. So apparently somebody's lying about knowing where her whereabouts is, and this confirms what they was thinking this whole time, that she's actually not dead. And this man Sanda ended up passing out. It seems like he was basically having an anxiety attack or paranoia overload. So later, as they are walking back to the classroom, and yes, she got this bandage on because she was punching glass. I literally don't know what her problem is. They walk into the room and they see Ono. She starts dipping out. Bro, Toast, if you don't run faster, how is this girl outrunning you? See, this would never happen to me. I was the fastest in the class. But yeah, even with him turning into Santa, she still ended up getting away. So the headmaster calls all the students to have a funeral for Ono. And notice how everybody is dressed up in red. This school is literally anti-Santa Claus everything. Everything inside of here was meant for them to either catch Santa Claus or not believe in Santa Claus. So the reason why they wear red instead of black in this era is because it's supposed to be a festival. A kid passing away is a valuable thing because their young soul passes away to heaven at a young age. Yeah, I don't know what they got going on, man. This entire anime is tweaking out. So of course Fuyumura comes strapped with a bomb because this girl is just absolutely insane. And these people that have been hunting Santa Claus are called the Dry Holly Leaves. And a man named Saburo, I'm pretty sure I said that right. Like, listen, I don't be listening to the animes in English. I don't know why. Maybe I should start doing it. I just like the subtitle. And yes, of course, I know you can watch it with subtitles and English, but not every app lets you do it. So he's basically one of the best men of the group. 60 years ago, he had a tangle with Santa Claus and ended up injuring him pretty good. So Sanda and the group are talking to each other, and I'm like, bro, if you don't look over 10 feet to your right, you see this man chilling behind the tree? So Santa, like the little dumb he is, was talking about being Santa. And then he gets shot and then transformed into Santa Claus. He grabs him and throws his goofy self into the building, but he freaks out thinking he killed somebody. But this man is no joke. Santa then slams this man, but then he gets hits in the balls. So he goes for him for a punch, but Santa blocks that, pulls the man closer, and just starts chit-chatting with him. Zubero spits in his face. I'm not gonna lie, if I was Santa, he would have died right here. So then he picks up the weight, cracks Santa in the face, and knocks him out. I'm like, no, Santa, get up! And then he sits on him and starts talking crazy. So then Santa wakes back up, and this whole time Santa was having a crisis because he thought he had done something horrible back in the past, like ending a kid or something. But this whole time, parents just didn't want the kids to grow up believing in Santa Claus because youth is prime. And there's a whole bunch of other things these kids can't do that force them not to hit puberty faster. So then Santa Claus starts getting naked. Yeah, I don't care if this is a parent right here. There are kids outside. Add to the PDF counter. So he equipped his sleigh weapons and they busted out of the freaking blaze right in front of the kids. Now I know what y'all are thinking. Never mind, I don't know what y'all are thinking, but we are for sure adding to that PDF counter, and we will be doing ×2 on the counter. I have never seen a grown man get butt booty naked in front of a group of level 1 noobs. And no, it doesn't even stop here. It gets more crazy. So we get a flashback of Ono and Fuyumura, and they are literally about to kiss. Yo, I dang near almost turned this anime off. I had to zoom past this part, and we got to add that to the counter because what is the author thinking? Like, I'm not gonna lie, this anime was fire, but they started losing me at this point. Aren't these girls 14 or 15? I'm not trying to see this for any other kids. And then not only that, but they animated her feet curled up in the air. Nah, we've got to get this together. Add more to that counter. Santa punches Subero, but he slips and Santa hits the tree, and he's not letting up on Brody. Hit him with a whole bunch of combos, but the dude was getting out of the way. So he tries to charge Santa, but then he gets knocked up onto the roof. No sweet, then he stumps on his face, and then Santa bursts through the ceiling, crashing into the funeral. And this man is butt booty naked in front of mad level 1 noobs. Look how many emblems I had to make for this. Yeah, he is about to get locked up. So anyways, the headmaster makes the people stand down because if they fight here, it is going to put emotional trauma on the kids and make them age faster. So now the word is getting around that some old dude that was butt naked had crashed the funeral, and now she's getting more comfortable with Sanda and showing her soft side. So once again, Sanda and Fuyumura are alone together in the classroom, and she gives him a hug. Aw, look at Toast and Choso. Anyways, she ends up putting the jacket on him. He becomes Santa Claus. That's another PDF point added to the counter. You just got caught hugging her with no pants. And while we are here at Kozo, the fiance of Sanda, yes, they have 14-year-olds getting married. Go ahead and add to that PDF counter. So the two of them really don't even like each other because Japan forces you to marry somebody at a young age, and I really don't know what they are doing. doing. There was some typhoon outside and they decided to go outside and chill. Just some random little kid stuff. Also, she's the only one that calls him Kazzy because they have to be on first name basis with each other. I'm not gonna lie, that name is so weak. So they get introduced to a new teacher in the Sabro. So the headmaster is making him pretend to be a spy as they hunt for Santa Claus. And this is when he reveals that every single body part in his body besides his hands have been replaced. This includes his internal organs. Them nasty monkey paw hands are literally the only thing real on him. This man's heart is literally in a tube.
My Big Apple, do you know what I would do to you if you don't catch that Santa Claus man? How are your blood pressures levels doing, Unc? Do I have to go make you drink a pitcher of Kool-Aid while I beat you senselessly?
So him and Santa end up fighting, and right as he punches, Santa transforms. So do I have to add abuse meter to this? You know what? I'm not even going to do that. We're just going to make a special exception. We're going to add to the PDF. I feel like if I say what I want to say about abuse, then this video will definitely be getting yellow marked. So anyways, Sanda cannot transform into Santa right now. So while she's over here soaking and thinking about her friends, she hears a knock at the window, and it's her friend out the window. And she didn't even greet her or anything. She went straight into freak mode. Sanda. Why are y'all flashbanging me with this stuff? Take these PDF points and once again, double them. I'm not about to sit here and watch a 14-year-old do this. I don't even want to know or see how much worse it's about to get.
I wanted that endlessly free body of yours.
Yeah, y'all got it. I don't know what's going on, bro. So apparently she hit puberty and the headmaster found out. So she had to run away. Why does this girl have a knife in her hand? I'm not gonna lie. Low key, she just like me. We both have to die. Oh yeah, so like I was saying earlier, there are a lot of things they are not allowed to do in this era that keep them from hitting puberty. So apparently they are trained since they are younglings to eat special food in order for them not to sleep. They literally just look up at the ceiling and chill. So then the headmaster pops up and now stuff is serious. And I guess this whole time Sanda and Amaya were here, and before anything bad happened, Sanda admits that he is Santa Claus and that he could transform, and this make this man's eyes pop out of his head. Yo, what video game did I play that looks like this? Or am I talking about Coraline? Or is it Caroline? Anyways, go to the movie, watch it with the baddie. But before the headmaster could see who actually did the confession, he throws all the covers over him, and finally he's able to transform into Santa with more power because more kids are believing in him. So they get ready to throw down, and Santa's like, listen, old man, I don't want to hurt you. So we get this long-winded pass about how you used to be before surgery and him hating to be called old. This is how they be treating me in the Discord group chat. I know I said it twice, but I'm dead serious. I be getting abused. So all of his old wounds start popping back up. He knocks this man Santa right out the window. So Santa comes in with a nasty hug, but the old man isn't unk right now. He gets out the way.
If one of y'all little apples wants to get y'all whooped, let me know.
And then he hits a twirl and Santa gets low and then pulls out a sword. But Santa parries his weapon. Then Santa hits a huge jump and starts sliding around. And then the old man kicks him right into the walls. These boys was straight boxing in the laundry room. They are going to work on each other. Santa even got cut, and this thick muscular man, the blade couldn't even go through. He really is invisible and can be killed. And then I don't know how, but Santa just starts sending black flashes and we get these crazy impact frames. I mean, look at Santa. Who is he feeling like? But anyways, that really didn't do any damage to this man because he absolutely has no internal organs or anything like that. He is a dang robot. So then the headmaster zooms in and everything low-key just freezes. And then he smacks Santa in the gut, making him fall to his knees. And then this man barfs up glitter, or is that actual barf? And then he shadow stepped this man, went behind him and sliced his back wide open and then his knees. And then this man tried to hit him with the cheat move and those were gone too. So before he ends Santa Claus for good, this old lady pops up and she's the mistress of the school and she just starts cooking the headmaster.
Sit your big goof ass down somewhere.
So she welcomes Ono back and then she tells Santa to follow her back to the office. So apparently she's supposed to be training him.
So tell me why an old lady broke my legs and had me looking like your rage out here? And why have you still not caught Santa?
So anyways, Santa and Kay are out cleaning up the yard and a student from 210 was carrying around dead plants. So Santa decides to try to help her out and they end up going to the lower basement of the school, the semi-basement that I told you guys to keep in mind from earlier. So yeah, things are not right inside this classroom. She gets to talking about Santa and asking if they know about anything or could tell them anything. And these kids have dead space in the wrong way. She got dead plants. The girl over here just starts sliding the door closed. And a lot of these kids had their hands behind their back. So of course they say they don't know anything about it. And the reason why these kids are all down here is because every kid that is in this classroom 210 had all killed a parent. Anyways, the toy that she had was missing back in the classroom. So Santa ends up going back there to face off the kids. He had to do this because I guess it was a part of his training. They call this the underworld. He goes down there and look how she's looking at him at first. So they get to talking to everything, chit-chatting back and forth. And the kids start surrounding him. She started asking if he wanted some tea. Heck no, you know I don't want no goatee. And these kids literally got knives and bats behind their back. So anyways, these boots that they have to wear are weighted boots, and basically this whole school is a prison. So she asked Santa if he could give her his thumbs. And like I said before, when a kid truly wishes something and asks Santa Claus for it, he is obligated to do it. So Fuyumura flew in to save the day, exploring the wall and saving Santa. Oh, and things started getting more awkward anyways. So his fiance starts asking for a kiss, and then he starts bleeding out at the nose and actually transforms in front of her and had to rip off his shirt because that's another way to power down. I'm sorry to do this to you, Santa. The cameras are still on though. Add to that PDF total. So anyways, the anime starts turning over to Fuyumura and Ono. And I'm going to be serious, I'm not adding anything in here with these two. Y'all could go and watch the anime by yourself, but I learned my lesson for the first time. I'm skipping over everything about them. Like if I saw them alone in a room in any type of darkness or near any bed, I just skip forward.
Hi, my little apple biter. I need you to do me a solid and go kill Santa Claus.
So he asked her for that favor. He also says that Santa is nearly unkillable, and then asks her if she's able to do it. And she busts him not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 5 good times, and then 1 more time for good measure. But obviously, he's not dead because you know his body is a cyborg. So he walks up to her and says, "You are amazing," and she pops him in the head. So the peak youth ceremony is now upon us, and this is when they graduate from 15 to I believe 16. So the old lady teaches Santa to tap into his powers even more, and then she transforms into a baddie. So she basically trying to unlock his next form. In order to do that, he has to get over hesitating just because the other girl is a kid, because she is trying to kill him.
Well, are you going to train, or are you going to stare at me with that weak ass fit on?
I don't want to meet nowhere. Pull up in front of my house. Matter of fact, you ain't even got
So he booms her and then unlocks his next power, Black Santa. And I'm sorry, but this fit is so trash. So he ends up bumping into the little crazy kid again, and she starts telling him about her past and about how her mom was obsessed being young. She even cut off one of her arms. So she had enough of that and ended up taking her mom out and forever hating her parents after that. And this dummy Sanda transformed into Santa to give her comfort, and that was just raps after that. She knows exactly who he is now. But let me ask you a question, guys. Why is Black Santa the form that beats on kids? Nah. Sanda is getting another PDF point. So anyways, the teacher and Amaya have all teamed up and are training Sanda. And yes, I know I didn't show the teacher earlier joining the group, but he had to change it hard to help out. Basically, all this training was just to build up Santa's endurance for taking bullets. But I just have to glaze over this because, yeah, once again, Ono is on some freak stuff. And bruh, I'm just going to add 2 points. This almost ruined the anime for me, man. Y'all go ahead and judge for yourself, but this was just a little too far for me. So the youth ceremony is upon us, and Sanda finally gets his first kiss, and then immediately went to handle business with the 210 girl. So she was over there trying to end Subaru, and then that's when Black Santa shows up. So then all the 210 classmates came to her assistance, and notice how all of these are girls. I'm just saying, the crazy starts young, but he's out here hugging them to sleep. Then he starts to go in a spin cycle and takes off his clothes once again, laying them down to sleep. Yep, add to that counter, bro. Bro can't stop showing skin. So Santa is like, "Do you give up now?" And she pulls out a gun and boots him in the head. Then she kept shooting him over and over again. I mean, look, she has a full auto out and got Santa filled up with lead. Ref, please do something. How much ammo does she have? Bro, she literally pulled out another gun from her inventory and started shooting again. And then she pulled out another clip and started smiling at this man. Oh, by the way, Oni and Fuyumura are together. And I'm pretty sure this scene is safe because they are not alone. And apparently, I still don't understand this, but since she has developed so fast, after today, I guess she would die or something dumb like that. Why did everyone else reach 500 years old? But all of a sudden, she's about to die. She got my type of life lord. So anyways, Fuyumura comes in and starts beating the brakes off a homegirl, but Santa stops her and they dip out. So crazy girl 210 finds out Oni on the ground and would have ended her, but she says she doesn't have ammo to spare on her. So the finality between the two comes, and Sanda decides he would keep transforming and whip her in his kid farm. But bro has to go lift some weights or something because she was low-key beating the brakes off of him. And of course, as y'all know, any blood that touches him makes him transform. He was doing it so much that it started messing up his entire body. So she got tired of that and started blasting again, filling him with holes. And then she even went through a wheel on my man, emptying the whole clip. So Santa rage baited her, talking about some ho ho ho. And this girl has to have an infinite ammo cheat on or something. But eventually she does run out of bullets and then tries to dip. Then she gets caught in a fire and Santa ends up having to save her. He's better than me. She would have been an easy bake oven if it was up to me.
And now we are on the finale of Santa versus the principal. And the principal was talking straight cash trash towards him, even showboating to the crowd. But they eventually decide to take the fight away from the kids because most of them don't even know this is Santa Claus. So Santa goes goes in and swings in the principal slip stack. Another throw into a counter, twirl around on him into a two-piece. Then another blow sending him to the ground. Santa tries to swing again and gets cut into a slip and then uppercut. Then the principal threw down the cane. So he rushes him, but Santa unlocks his gliding ability and started floating around. Now to be fair, this is a noob Santa. But yeah, he for sure got his butt handed to him and lost the fight. But the principal just walks away in disgust. So Fuyumura ends up finding Ono and it's looking like a happy ending. Except she won't be able to stay at the school until Sanda beats the principal. But yeah, she ends up dying anyways at the end of the day, which leads to Fuyumura going into a depression again for weeks. So Sanda finds her in the classroom just the same way we had started the story.
Hey homegirl, I know they slimed out your homegirl, but don't even worry about it, twin, because next season we gonna spin back on the principal. You know what time it is. We gotta get to the bag. Bars, hold on. LV on my body, listen watch this, not no plaid. Pansy mad black, I pull off in a jack. You was on my ass, the SLT gonna pull off, not no scat.
And that concludes season 1 of this crazy Christmas anime.
Oh,